In December 2004, a corrupt city council in Kirksville, Missouri, voted to sell 427 acres of city land surrounding the Hazel Creek Reservoir without going through the proper bidding process. More than 500 citizens turned out at a city council meeting in January to protest this move, which endangered the drinking water supply. But Mayor Maston, a suspected arsonist, and City Councilman Rich Scott, a drunk driver arrested for domestic abuse, had already made up their minds, as well as the mind of the majority of the City Council, in a deal in which land was purchased for less than it was sold for 30 years ago. Nevertheless, in a January 2005 KTVO guest editorial, the mayor assured the public that the city would retain control of a 300-foot buffer. This statement was repeated at the January 18th City Council meeting when she said that the sale of this land gives approximately a 300-foot buffer from the shoreline. Since then, the mayor quit her job, Rich Scott has been run out of office, hundreds of acres of woodlands have been mowed down for pasture land around the lake, and cattle pollution on Hazel Creek has increased with no attempt whatsoever to enforce or maintain the 300-foot buffer promised to more than 25,000 citizens. There are hundreds of streams and ravines around Hazel Creek where cattle ford freely, defecating directly into the water supply, which provided 25% of the drinking water to people in the Kirksville area in 2005. This creek is on Novinger land south of the reservoir. The municipal water supply does not and cannot check for the fecal coliforms that cause cryptosporidium and E. coli poisoning. Many local cattle farmers like Matt Icor on Buck Creek Road are indifferent to the threat of contaminants in the watershed which enter the drinking water supply through runoff. Apparently, they are willing to take the same chance with the public health as the former city council. Nitrate overloading from cattle waste causes dangerous levels of algae blooms to get into the lake. You can actually see and smell the cowpie swill in ditches and creeks surrounding Hazel Creek. And we've got like a stream coming out here of the woods, which goes up to Novinger grazing lands. And you can see the stream here. And as you see, it's full of all sorts of lovely cow doo-doo water. Yeah, that's cow poop water if I ever seen it. Look at that. Novinger cattle place. It's the main vein, it's the main creek that comes out of Novinger's property. And this log here is the only thing that's separating Hazel Creek from a film of algae and cattle water, cattle fecal matter water. Look at that. That's the water. All the algae, scum water. It's scummy water. The DNR tested Hazel Creek, but not for fecal coliforms. Then they declared it safe, because the main cattle polluter in the area, Gail Novinger, is their crony. Nevertheless, the DNR recommends a 300-foot buffer. Measurements have been taken. The buffer, like all around. Yeah, there it is on the fence. Eric's down at the water. What do you got, Eric?
37.5 feet. 37.5 feet.
I'm going to get the measurement right there. 37.5 feet. There's 37 right there. There's the water. Cross road. This is the new Novinger fence. We're supposed to have a 300-foot buffer here. There's a cow pie about 5 or 6 feet on the other side of the fence. We're measuring.
Yeah, here.
Yeah. Does-